Thank you, Eminence. Um, well, I have written a text of 3 pages, and I will not read all of it. So I will read only the first and the last part. We'll skip the central part. You could read it in the folder when it will be published. We are gathered here today to remember and pay tribute to the memory of our dear friend and colleague Margaret Scottford Archer, a founding member of PAS who died in Kenilworth, UK, at the age of 80 last year, in the day of Ascension. We remember her above all as the generous and inspiring president of this academy from 2014 to 2019, when she acted as an advisor to the Pope, particularly by putting the topics of human trafficking and artificial intelligence on the agenda of the Holy See. Professor Harter spent most of her career at the University of Warwick, from which she retired in 2010. She was a formidable social theorist in her own right. Maggie, as she liked to be called, studied philosophy, politics, and economics at the University of Cambridge. She obtained a PhD in sociology from the London School of Economics in 1967. Then, in 1968, she joined Pierre Bourdieu, Luc Boltanski, and other scholars at the Center of European Sociology in Paris as a postdoctoral research. Her work is best known for her association with critical realism. In a series of highly influential books published by Cambridge University Press, she developed the morphogenetic approach as an overarching theoretical framework for the analysis of social, cultural, and personal change in late modernity. She got 2 honorary doctorates, one from the University of Navarre and another one from the University of Warsaw. She also ran a charity for trafficked women in her hometown, that is Kenilworth, in the British Midlands. I could talk about many aspects of her figure as a scholar and a woman endowed with profound humanity. Her sociology, which she always characterized as an antidote to English empiricism, is a paradigmatic example of how empirical analysis needs a robust social theory based on a critical realist social ontology if one wants to be adherent to reality, but also open to a meta-theory to grasp what he called meta-reality, together with her friends Roy Basker. There is a sociology capable of investigating the horizontality together with the verticality of the social, in openness to the transcendent, as we read in her book on transcendence, critical realism and God, 24. Maggie was able to express such an ambitious project because she had a very strong, independent character, demonstrated since she fought against the nuclear weapons at the age of 15. And when, upon reaching adulthood, she converted to Catholicism in contravention to the family's Anglican tradition, without losing her love for her parents, and above all, a deep love for the Anglican nuns who had educated her. Throughout her life, she often made choices that went against the grain because she had in her head what she called a concrete utopia. That is, the utopia of a society capable of making the human subject flourish, the human subject threatened by postmodernist thought which has declared not only the death of God, but also the death of man. She reclaimed the potential of the human person as such, assuming that the person forms the sense of the self before her sociality and beyond society, developing a self-awareness that has a practical, non-linguistic foundation and which proceeds through that inner conversation which constitutes for her the foundation of the person's transcendence. She remained faithful to her initial research program aimed at showing that the person's identity arises from her own internal dialogue in the context of the identities that social institutions attribute to her and against all social injustices. The book, recently published posthumously, Morphogenesis Answers Its Critics, testifies to her lifelong commitment to promoting human dignity always and everywhere. Thank you.